about how bad customer service is nowadays.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What's your experience?
You know what? Let me tell you what brought this on. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Marshall's. First of all, shout out Marshall's. I love Marshall's.
Why are we in Marshall's at 41?
You don't
expecting supreme customer service. It's Marshall's.
That's
ignorant.
Anyway, so ahead. I go to Marshall's, and the young man who rang me up talked on the phone the entire time. I could not believe it.
Did he speak? Did he say,
hey, how you doing? He
spoke
when I walked over, but he was on the phone, and he was like, obviously talking to someone that he had like just started dating. So
was there earphones or like he was actually on the phone?
He had like an earpiece in, but he was talking. So the whole time he's like, "You yep." He was like, "You gonna make me something to eat? Oh, I'm gonna tell you if it ain't good." And I'm sitting. I was like, I shouldn't be privy to this, but I couldn't believe like 10, 15, 20 years ago. That would never happen.
We couldn't. I mean, first of all, we couldn't even have our phones.
Yeah.
We had phones. We couldn't have. When I worked at Target, we could not have our phones.
Why you bring up Target? Why you bring up Target?
Please share the story of Target so the people can understand why. And I only brought that up because you made me think about ringing.
Real quick, sidebar. When we were in college, all of our friends, including myself, we took a test to work at Target. Everybody passed the test except me.
We all got the job. What kind of test was it?
Basic
personality test.
Why would I not get it if it was a personality test?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
It was just a regular like Johnny has 5 apples. Like I don't know why I didn't.
Did Johnny have 5 apples?
I didn't think so. And obviously that's why I didn't get the job.
They thought you were too qualified.
That's what I think.
I think so. I think us little people got the job.
But let me also say, every time me and Tasha got into an argument, she would always be like, okay, but do you work at Target? But you didn't pass the test for Target.
You didn't pass the test for Target.
Very nasty.
But anyway, to your point, at Target or any retail establishment, we wouldn't have been able to do that. But we also didn't have earphones. Was it a young guy? I mean, I'm always trying to provide grace, though. Like, what? It's wrong. I'm not saying that it's not wrong. I'm just saying we didn't have the same luxury that they had. We couldn't hide it.
Bruh, he wasn't hiding it. He was having a full... Hiding it would have been... Hold on for a second. Let me just... And ringing me up.
So, let me play devil's advocate, because he's wrong. Let me not throw this out there. What would you have liked that conversation to have gone like, hey, how you doing? Thanks you for shopping at Marshall's. Did you like what you got today? Oh, this dress is beautiful. I love it. What did you want her to say?
He shouldn't have been on the phone.
Quiet. You want to be quiet?
He just should not have been on the phone.
You're right. I'm in full agreement with you.
Why you want to argue with me about everything?
I'm not arguing. I just wanted to know, what did you want him? What did you...
I think it is very unprofessional.
It is unprofessional.
And I think that it's just like, I wonder, how do we get to this space? Like, what caused the decline in customer service? Because it's all across the board.
It's all
like,
across
that's
the
just
board,
one
every
instance.
category.
We were traveling about a month ago. I went to a restaurant at the airport. Mm-hmm. Get there, ordered just something slight. Like, we got like chicken fingers and fries or something. We ate the chicken fingers. Reggie got a coffee. I got a Pepsi. As I finished my Pepsi...
Oh, my gosh.
There's a fly in my cup.
Ew.
Right? So I showed the young lady, Beth, whatever her name was. I'm like, there's a fly. And she was like, oh... Okay, great, because we didn't charge you for that anyway. I didn't charge you for the Pepsi. So I was like...
Just the Pepsi? There's a fly.
I'm thinking, like, I shouldn't have to pay for any of this, right?
Because back in the day, that's, I sound like...
So there's another young lady who works there. I said, let me talk to her. Let me talk to... Let's say her name is Chantel. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let me grab Chantel and let her know, because obviously Beth just isn't...
Beth did you wrong. Chantel's going to do you right.
Chantel's going to fix this. So I say, Chantel... I was just speaking to Beth. There was a fly in my glass, and she's basically just saying that, she didn't charge me for the Pepsi, so that should be the end of it. And she was like, well, what you want her to do? I mean, I'm not, she's like, I'm not, no, I don't mean, I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, but like, you already ate.
Did she sound like that?
You already ate all You already ordered chicken fingers, so like, what was she supposed to do? Like, the managers gonna say the same thing.
Bring them.
Lucky for me, there was no manager on site that
Oh,
day.
joy. Managers just not coming to
I
work.
was so hot. I was so hot, and I had to pay. I just was like, you know what?
Because you don't want to make it seem like you can't afford it or you're trying to get over. But
I didn't
what
want
can
to.
you do?
I wanted to cause a scene. Like, that's where we were headed, and I was like, this is about to ruin vacation. Like, let's just pay. And I was going to call, and I may have called once. Of course, I think a manager still wasn't there, but I'm just like, that just would not have happened.
It's terrible, but they expect you to pay the same amount of money for everything.
More. Everything is high.
Everything is much more expensive. My experience, well, I went to the airport recently, and they don't even come to the table. Everything is a QR code.
The little kiosk.
That also annoys me because I want to talk about the menu too.
What do you want to talk about?
I got questions. What you know?
Not
Because
Fridays.
I am not at Marshall's. Okay. When I'm expecting good customer service, I'm usually at a decent. You let off with Marshalls. You should have stopped right there.
I love Marshalls.
I do like Marshalls too, but I'm just saying.
You feel like Marshalls is the type of place like you go in and you don't expect
a lot
customer
of those,
service.
Hear me, okay? I feel like I'm always the bad guy in every episode. Hear me. I'm a land this plane. Marshalls. I don't even want to say Marshalls. They are still, a lot of companies are still paying minimum wage. Mm-hmm. So the people that are working are really not making a whole lot of money, right? Okay. So I feel like the times have changed, but the money that they're paying the people to do the same job hasn't. So now they may be hiring a different caliber of person. That doesn't, I'm not excusing a poor customer service. I just feel like the more you pay, like, let's talk about good customer service. Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
I don't know what they're paying those people. I don't know what they brainwash those people with. I'm going to give you a good customer service story, and I'll give you a bad one. But this one is low-key embarrassing, so don't judge me. It was raining, and I know y'all done this before, so anybody that's about to judge me is only judging me because they've been here. I saw the gas light. Do I need to keep going?
You ran out of gas in the Chick-fil-A line?
Do you know the level? And I had kids with me.
Bruh, were you at least like all the way at the front, or were you holding people up behind you?
I saw the gas light before I got to the Chick-fil-A, but it was raining and everybody in the car was hungry. And I was like, let me just run in here really quick. The line was super short. It wasn't one of those long lines because I would have went to the gas station. Went into the Chick-fil-A, ordered the food. Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay, great, thank you. They told me the total, and I went to go move the car. Baby, car didn't move. And then behind me, now there's a line. And it's raining. And you know how they tell you to follow this car. And the lady behind's like, I can't follow that car because that car is not moving. I'm like, everybody calm down. All right. Chick-fil-A, the manager came out and was like, ma'am, are you having a stroke? Is everything all right? Are you okay? It's my pleasure to help you, right? They're like, it's my pleasure. Okay. They come in. They go ahead and they help me. But they help me by helping me push the car. This is Chick-fil-A. They tell me, ma'am, get out the car. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
Took the kids in the rain, had like Chick-fil-A umbrellas, ran them inside, pushed my car, the Chick-fil-A team, to the drive-thru spot, went and got me gas.
Wow.
Fed the kids for free because at this point I look like I just ain't got it.
You don't even have it together. Okay.
But that was amazing customer service, and I know I wouldn't have got that at another type.
McDonald's.
Can we say that?
Yeah,
we might need them in the future. I'm not sure.
This episode of So We Laughing or We Crying is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Okay.
I do have, I guess it's bad customer service. I was getting my hair done, and I was nursing. Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, as you know, Black women, when we go to get our hair done, the time that they tell us is never the time that they tell. They are literally the most overbooked. Like, they just... Anyway, so she told me a time, and I knew that if she started on time with a 30-minute window, that I would be able to pump at home or feed my daughter at home. She was late, hour and a half. Thankfully, I brought my pump, and so I'm in here. It's women. I pull out my pump to start pumping, and she taps me and was like, "Oh, are you gonna use the electricity here to pump?"
Ma'am, how do you think this works?
I needed my hair done. I needed to feed my child. So I was like, is that okay? She was like, are you comfortable? I'm like, are you comfortable? I'm fine. I'm not uncomfortable. So I felt terrible. And then I felt like, is what I'm doing wrong? Because, we can get into that later in another episode about how, breastfeeding in this country is it's looked at weird sometimes, right? In public. So I felt like, girl, yes. And you an hour and a half late and I'm hurting. So it was just terrible, her response. And it seemed like she never really got back to a comfort space. Like she didn't really say nothing while she was doing my hair. I'm like.
Meanwhile, you just in there pumping.
Just pumping. Now, this ain't got nothing to do with my girl today. My girl today is bomb. Just. Okay. Last girl.
Yeah, I think especially when it comes to hair, I think every black woman has a story of like, especially if you're trying to get your hair braided. They act so awful. The rules, and you can't be 8 minutes late, and it's a $50 deposit. I mean, it's just so much that goes into it for such subpar service.
And then the braiding part, they lie. They like, is this the size you want? They bring it to the side. Be like, this is size braid. But baby, that's not the size braid you get. They say, okay, this size is $700. And then you get up to the top and you like, hold up now. This ain't the same size as the one. I think it's just the place where people want to do in this season. They want to do less for more. And I think that's just the world that we live in. Just people
How did we get here, though? Like, even going back to the young man at Marshall's, like, how have we gotten to a space of, like, kids will sit on a phone at work? Like, this is now the standard. Like, who's to blame for this? Is this parents? Is this just the world has evolved? How did we get here?
Girl, it's a work ethic issue. How did we get here? God.
Because you work in management, right?
I do. And I had to manage people straight out of college, which was wild.
Okay.
Because you have to tell them, yeah, you got to be to work on time. It's every day. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, you're late again, right? Like the stuff that we just knew was that came with the territory. It's getting worse. It's just and I think. I don't know who's to blame for it. I hate to sound like the geriatric millennial that I am, saying, oh, it's the phones. And I also think the establishments are not really holding people accountable to the same standard, right? Like, even though they're telling us we can't use the phone, are you holding them accountable? Are you checking to see if they have their phone? And they're sneaky. So now you can put it in your ear. He's not.
Well, with the guy at Marshall's, the manager was up there with him. He was, I mean, I'm still floored by it. I could not believe it.
Has that been your worst customer service experience?
Probably the fly in my drink might top that one. Probably not. I mean, I have a bunch of horror stories of like trying to get my hair done, women being rude when you know what I mean? Like, I remember once, I can't remember. I don't know if I knocked and I wasn't supposed to knock.
I don't know if it said don't knock and I knocked anyway. I'm not sure, but we started off on the wrong foot.
But she shouldn't have been this nasty. I just remember her coming to the door like, you about to get my 18-month old. I was like,
and that's a thing.
Yeah, but like, girl, open the door. If you don't want anybody to knock on the door and I have a 9 o'clock appointment, then open the door.
Correct. I mean, that's fair, but still, you having a kid, which we'll get into in another episode, that's annoying.
What, somebody waking up your kid?
Yes, when you just put them down. I mean, I'm always going against you. I'm not going against you. It's terrible.
Like, but also, response. Like, if you work from home,
prepare.
Yeah, like that's not on me.
Yeah, I mean, my customer service experience in general is not more so customer driven. Mine is teachers, so it's still customer service in a way because the teachers have to deal with the parents, right? I don't like the responses. I'm having a struggle. I'm struggling with the teachers' lack of responses in that arena to expectations that I felt like we had, right? Like, obviously we went to school that wasn't like, in our head we was doing good, but if you look back at it, it probably wasn't the best area. But I felt like our teachers, because when you ask where's the problem, it's parenting and it's teaching that stems to make in my opinion, people with poor work ethic, right? Because if you don't give them proper home training at home and the teachers don't support the home training that you're providing to them, now you have a world full of people who don't know how to work, who don't know how to follow rules, right? So mix in now, we got gentle parenting. We'll hold off on that.
Gentle parenting, and you've got everybody working from home, so there's really no example.
There's
like they
no
don't even know
examples. Where's
what
the
it's
boss?
like
Where's
to get
the rules?
up and go to work
Yeah.
and all of those things. Yeah, it's changed a lot.
And you can create an environment for your children to have great work ethic, but then they get to school and the teachers are like, it's fine. You can feel what you want to feel. You want to be on your phone? It's okay. You know, I understand. And then you're like, wait, that's not. Then they get to work and have the same level of.
Yeah.
What is the word where the kids are? I can't think of the word when they're just entitled. That's what it is. So to be on your phone, not caring about your job, it's a sense of entitlement, right? Like.
Yeah.
What else? More customer service experiences.
I'm trying to think of some other awful ones that I've had. I'm sure I have. They all normally stem back to the beauty industry, though.
Really?
Like, and I think it's also, I think some of it could be a lack of training.
Fair.
Meaning, like, a lot of young girls who like do hair, or, like, can create these Instagram pages with thousands of followers. They haven't gone through the like proper like training and
how
like
to gain content.
Yeah, like and like taking the courses, and so their meat and potatoes is Instagram. You know what I mean? So they're all into the marketing, but they have no real customer service experience. Like they haven't, a lot of young girls worked in salons when we were coming up. They were the shampoo girls, or they were like sweeping the floors or whatever, and they were able to kind of see those interactions.
Yeah,
so I feel like a lot of them are like skipping that portion of it and just going straight to, and they are talented, but they are definitely missing
the customer service to get you more business, right? Because you can post and you can look great, but even some of the responses of the people that are on social media, they'll say stuff like, I'm closed for 2 weeks, don't check for me. And I'm like, wow, did you have to say it like that? Like, why do you have to be
I'm
so
not
aggressive?
accepting any phone
no
calls.
more new
Do
people. I'm booked
me.
and busy. I got it all together, so don't look for me. And please, whatever you do, no Cash App. I'm like, God. It's just, why are you so aggressive? What is happening?
This week, would you laugh or cry about customer service? I'm crying. Look at where we're headed.
It's a joke, though. But
look at where we're headed. Think about our children. We have little kids. Think about by the time they get older. Like, we have to instill in them.
I'm definitely crying for the future.
Yeah.
These kids, this is our future. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these people at the counter with the headphones on, that's you know what I mean?
Setting up his date for Friday night.
Our future.
Yeah, so this week we're crying.
Yeah, we're crying. We got to do better parenting. We have to.
No, not me, but...
I mean, that's someone's child, though. It started there. Not you. In general. We got to do better parenting. I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general. We got to do...
I know.
Okay. I'm going to cry. We crying.